I smiled when he handed me the envelope. $20. Plastic. Bright. Thoughtless. Across the driveway, my sister's car idled, red bow trembling in the cold, like it was breathing. Everyone clapped. I folded the gift card into my wallet, like it was a secret I planned to keep. I didn't flinch. That's the part people remember wrong. They think betrayal announces itself with a scream. It doesn't. It arrives wrapped in paper and pretends to be enough. I had been the dependable one, the son who paid on time, showed up early, answered late night calls. I carried my life quietly. Mortgage paid, savings growing, mistakes corrected without witnesses. Dad used to say he was proud of my discipline. He said it like a compliment he could borrow later. The house smelled like pine and sugar cookies. My sister laughed too loudly. Dad avoided my eyes. Mom pressed my arm, a soft apology without words. I smiled because smiles are cheaper than truth. The red flags came small, a missed call I returned that went straight to voicemail. A bank statement mailed to my old address. A joke Dad told about helping family first, said while looking anywhere but at me. I noticed the patterns. I always do. Who gets help? Who gets patience? Who gets receipts? The betrayal wasn't the gift card. It was the ledger I found a week later when I stopped by to fix his sink. Folders labeled neat and smug, refinancing papers. A co-signed loan, my sister's name glowing on the line where mine had always been. I stood in his study, the house quiet, and felt something in me turn from soft to sharp. Not rage. Precision. I read every page. Took photos. Not for leverage, yet, but for clarity. The truth has weight. I wanted to feel it in my hands. He had used my credit once before. A temporary bridge. Paid back late. Apologized with dinner. This time he hadn't asked. He had replaced me. Silence became my discipline. I kept showing up. Kept smiling. Kept letting him think the trick worked. I watched him spend like confidence was renewable. I listened when he said the bank was being difficult. I nodded when he said family should help family. Preparation is lonely. You don't get applause while you're counting exits. When he called the next month, his voice was thinner. Mortgage trouble. A missed payment. A deadline that didn't care about love. He asked carefully, like he was stepping on glass. Just until I sort things out, he said. I told him I'd think about it. I didn't need time. I needed timing. I mailed the gift card the same day. $20. The same brand. Same plastic optimism. I wrote a note in my careful handwriting. Thought this might help. Merry Christmas. The showdown wasn't loud. It never is when the truth finally sits down. He came to my place 2 days later, eyes red, hands shaking like he'd misplaced gravity. He held the card like it was evidence. Is this a joke? He asked. I let the silence stretch until it did the talking for me. No, I said. It's a pattern. I showed him the photos, the documents, the dates. I explained the credit freeze I'd filed weeks ago, the fraud alert, the call I'd already made to the lender, how the loan would be reviewed, how the house would be at risk, how consequences don't care who taught you to ride a bike. He tried to argue, then to plead. He said my sister needed it more. He said I was strong, independent, able to take a joke. I told him strength isn't an invitation. It's a boundary. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't need to. The room did it for me. I offered no rescue, just clarity. I told him I loved him. And that love doesn't mean erasing yourself to make someone else comfortable. I told him the card was all I had to give him now, equal value. Fair exchange. When he left, the quiet felt earned. I made coffee, watched steam rise and disappear like old expectations. Justice doesn't always wear a robe. Sometimes it fits in a wallet. I still smile at Christmas. It's a habit, but now it's honest. And when someone asks me what I learned, I think of the card. How small it was, how heavy it felt, and how perfectly it paid what was owed.